Alright, everyone, my son Carson is now in the office with me. Took his tennis ball. So if you hear any noises, it's this guy running around. This is the table. And so hopefully you figured it out. And what you notice is that at our optimal bundle, one t-shirt and 6 movies, the marginal utility per dollar is exactly the same at 1.6. And that's not a coincidence. There's a reason why the optimal consumption bundle is where the marginal utility per dollar happens to be equal. So let's check it out in math. In math, optimal consumption is where the marginal utility of X divided by the price of X equals the marginal utility of Y over the price of Y. You know that marginal utility changes the more X you consume, marginal utility X goes down, right? So as I spend more and more money on X, the gains to utility are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's going to make it less beneficial to spend money on X, marginal utility per dollar. Same thing for Y. So what this equation is saying is that the marginal utility per dollar of X equals the marginal utility per dollar of Y. Alright, pardon the choppiness. I've written this up here. We know, suppose we're at point R. We know R is not optimal. At R, the marginal utility per dollar spent on t-shirts is 1.5. That says I get 1.5 utils per dollar that I spend on t-shirts. The marginal utility of movies per price of movies is 1.9. So you can look back to your table and see that. That means, let's do a little experiment. We know that 1.5 is not equal to 1.9, so we don't have optimal. But that means I could take $1 from t-shirt consumption and I could spend it on movie consumption. I would lose 1.5 utils, but I would gain how many utils? 1.9. So on net, have I gained utility by transferring my consumption over to the good with the higher marginal utility per dollar? Yes. I've gained 0.4 utils from that, right? Now, you wouldn't just move $1 because movies don't cost $1, right? Movies cost $7. But I think if you look as you consume more movies and less t-shirts, the marginal utility per dollar of t-shirts is going to go up to 1.6, and the marginal utility per dollar of movies is going to go down to 1.6. Why is that happening? As you consume more movies, marginal utility of movies is going to go down, and as you consume less t-shirts, marginal utility of t-shirts is going to go up. So this is our optimal equation, right? We arrive at that because we want to balance the gains to utility we get versus how much something costs, right? And so that's where we'll leave it. And we're going to pick up with this equation when we start doing price changes and income changes in the next section. All right.